Hey everybody, it's Lenny Fabulous back to you again with another episode of the Chilling Challenge. This episode was supposed to be about the Disney short The Lonesome Ghost, and I definitely recommend you guys check that out if you want to, or check out the Princess and the Scriveners episode about this topic. But rather than talk about the Lonesome Ghost shorts, I figured I'd tell you about an actual haunting that I experienced. Now, I'm not sure if this is a true story or not, but my parents and my grandparents always told me that the reason we have a foundation for a garage, but not an actual garage, was because the person who had owned the property before my grandparents purchased it, his wife had left him, so he hung himself in the garage and set it on fire. Anyway, there were always very minor activities within the house itself, mostly in the kitchen, which is closest to where the garage would have been. Nothing major, just things being knocked off the table or pushed off a shelf. Nothing. Anyhow, a few years ago, we had a trailer on the property right next to where the garage used to be, and myself and a friend lived in that trailer for a few months. We were young adults. I want to say I was 18, maybe 19, so she was probably in her early 20s. But we were living in that trailer for a while, and there was a lot more activity in the trailer. Again, it was usually just pushing stuff off shelves. She had one of those plastic cheap drawer things, the clear ones. You get the tiny ones to put on your desk and they're really useful, or you could get the big ones that are good for basically nothing. Well, one of those was pushed off a countertop, and there's no way that it would have moved by itself, and it was just completely off, lid open, like it was thrown almost. And the more common kind of activity that we would see would be seeing from the living room section of the trailer, we could look down the hall to where the bedroom was and just see a figure passing back and forth in the doorway. There weren't any major details. It was just kind of like watching a shadow without a person. Anyway, he never did anything to hurt us. He was just sort of there. And that's the majority of my experience with ghosts. I hope this didn't creep any of you guys out too much, and I hope to do another video talking to you soon. Stay fabulous!